What was my childhood like? I hate answering questions. Okay.
So
my childhood, I wouldn't say it was rough. It
Right.
was definitely not easy. My family didn't really have a lot of money, so a lot of the time, like, we didn't really go anywhere. We did have, like, big trips or things like that, but it wasn't anything fancy. I met my best friend of, like, 20 years now in my childhood. I was 4, and her family, I was, like, their second child. So I went everywhere with them. So I've been to, like, 5, 6 different states. I even went to Canada with them for the first time. So my most cherished memory would probably be, that's a hard question. Probably when I first time I went to Disneyland. I was with Brenna's family. I got homesick big time, and I got to sleep with Miss Jamie, her mom, and so that was nice. I remember I had a Eeyore backpack, and meeting Eeyore, and he hugged my backpack, and I had like the biggest smile on my face. I don't know why, but that was seriously the cutest thing to me, I thought, and definitely sticks out. Yeah. My scariest thing, or things I should say, that I believed in. I definitely believed in aliens. I definitely did. I was afraid of the dark for a long time, not just as my childhood. I believed that there was mud people. I used to make mud pies all the time and then leave my mud pies out for mud people. Yeah, it was very interesting. There's definitely a boogeyman. But he didn't live under my bed. He lived in my closet, and my closet didn't have doors, so that made no sense. But yeah, that's probably the weirdest things I believed in. Adventure I went on as a kid was, we used to go to this place called Browns Creek, and we used to go every year, like at least 12 times a year. Like, I swear, every summer we went like at least 3 times a month. It's like 2 hours away. It's like not a bad adventure, but it's not great. I guess I would say. It was me, Brenna, and like 3 or 4 of the other people that used to go with us all the time. It was like a big group, and we were walking through the woods, playing, what was it, like Indiana Jones or something like that. And I was like the last person in the line, and one of the girls in the front stepped on a bee's nest underneath, and we started all running, but instead of running straight, we all ran in circles, like around the bee's nest. So it really didn't make sense. But so then after that, we all ran back to camp and passed out. Like, her mom had Benadryl, thank God, and we all just chugged a bunch of Benadryl and passed out for like 4 hours. Yeah, that was probably not a real big adventure, but most memorable. My high school life was pretty easy. Nothing real fancy. I hung out with literally about everybody. I didn't have like, I mean, I had like a group that were like my friends, but like at lunch I would hang out with literally anybody from a clique. Like, there wasn't a specific clique I think that, or at least that I think I was in, at least. I did softball, I tried out for lacrosse, I did dance team. I was really school spirited. I loved doing school spirit stuff. That was a lot of fun. But yeah.
What type of school spirit stuff would you do?
Definitely dressed up every time, like on like school spirit week or whatever.
Right.
I'd always dress up. I was definitely, like, whenever there was like a blood donation, I always donated. I always got my friends to donate too. I really wanted to go to college, I know that, and I didn't want to stay in the town and go. I wanted to go like out of state. Never did though. Also, I wanted to move out right after high school, which I did do. And then I didn't go to school for a year. But I mean, I wouldn't say I regretted it though. Definitely didn't regret not going to school for that year. I learned a lot of different things, became more independent. It was nice though.
Right. So, did you have any specific like dreams for your career, or anything you're like, I wanted to be this?
I did want to do something medical. And then when I went to school for medical assisting and loved the school, went and did it and hated it. So then it switched. And then I wanted to do nursing, and then it switched again. It switched again. I've switched so many times. It's not even funny.
Right.
I'm pretty sad I know what I want now, at least. So.
What were some of the highlights of your life
life
that you feel like really influenced you or changed you?
I think the first one would definitely, or at least that always stands out, because I've met my friend, like my best friend of all time, was meeting Brenna. I don't know, honestly, where I would be without her. Probably wouldn't be the same person, because her parents and her definitely have taught me multiple things. So that's definitely a big one. Probably start there too. I mean, I was 4, so, but I met her, and then I would have to say I've moved multiple times in my life too. One year I moved 3 times. I lived in Kingston when I moved from Gamblewood, where I met Brenna. I moved from there out here in Paulsbo, and then I moved from Paulsbo back out to Kingston, and then I moved to another place in Kingston. But it's probably another one. Another big one was my first kiss. I mean, that's always a big one. Yeah. I was like 14 though, so I mean, I wasn't say that I was too young. That was always a big one. Another one would be my first job. I was a hostess at Puerto Vallarta. It's pretty interesting. Not really, I hated it. My first tax-paying job, I should say. I totally got fired from it because I didn't clean a shelf. It's stupid. But another big one would probably be when my dad opened his own company. That was awesome. I think that was more of like being proud of my family in that way, more than like a personal like influence. Very family oriented, so that's always. When my sister won her first gold medal at her Special Olympics swimming, that was a huge one. She wouldn't swim until I got there, so probably the first time I moved out. That's a big one. I remember being like super excited. Moved in with a boyfriend. Stayed together for like 2-3 years after that. So I'm not gonna say that was bad, but definitely heartbreak. I mean, when we broke up, that's all I really knew. All our friends were like me and Nick's friends. Like they weren't just my friends. So that was really hard. And then reliving it every time someone asked how he was doing. I don't know. Probably when I like kind of decided at least where I want to be in life and know that I don't want to be in this area. I love this area. It's always going to be home. I can always come back to it. But I know that I definitely want to see more of at least the country. I don't want to stay in one area for too long. There's multiple places I want to live in. Yeah.
What are some of those places?
I want to live in Seattle. Probably be the first one just because it's close enough, but not this Kitsap County.
Right.
Go to Seattle. I want to go to Portland. I want to live in San Francisco. I want to live in Chicago. I want to live in New York. I want to live in New York and be broke as fuck. I don't know if I should say that. I want to live in New York and be super broke. Live in a studio apartment that's the size of this table. Just to say I lived there for a year. But, yeah. What's something I'm passionate about? And to describe it, I'm definitely passionate about learning. I love to learn. Pretty sure what influenced me to be like that was when I went to school for medical assisting, and I just kept learning about like the brain and the body and anatomy in general, and I was just fascinated by it. And ever since then, I've just always wanted to learn about everything. Honestly, if I could go to school full time and get paid, that'd be the best job in the world. I definitely love learning, not even just like, you know, things like, you know, medical. It's just like I love learning about people. I'm very fascinated by people. Everybody has their own story, and I think that's what really I like to learn. Then you get to know someone better that way too. So definitely learning. What do I believe in? So many things. I guess a big one right now is gay marriage. I definitely believe in that. I believe that no one shouldn't be together just because
Of gender.
they're the same sex. Yeah, there's no reason for that. And if it, I don't know. Sometimes I think I'm so accepting of like different things and new things that I just don't understand why people wouldn't want it. I'm not really religious. I wouldn't say that I'm not. I don't believe that there's a higher power. I think I'm more spiritual than believing one thing. I don't think it's wrong to believe in religion in any way of that at all, but I think that what I don't understand when it comes to gay marriage is because a lot of people don't believe in it, and a lot of those people are either raised religious or, you know, not all, but a lot that I know. I mean, I've personally had a conversation with somebody who's not very religious, but definitely stands by her religion, and I wouldn't say I disrespect for her for believing that, because it's her beliefs, just like I believe in gay marriage, she doesn't. Another one would probably be morals. I'm a very truthful and honest person, so I think truth is a very big moral, and a lot of people don't believe in honesty and truth nowadays, especially nowadays. So I would definitely say that's a big thing with me. Also, respect of elders. I'm very old school, I would say. I've always been raised where you respect your elders and respect people's personal and you don't go around and talk about people's personal stuff if it doesn't involve you directly. I sound like an amazing person, I know. No, I was kidding. But I think those are really about like the biggest ones that I can think of, at least. How to describe myself? Well, I definitely laugh at like anything. If you can genuinely make me laugh, though, that's good. I giggle, but when you make me laugh, that's good. Definitely caring, outgoing. I can be shy though when I'm like in a huge group of people I don't know. My friend Dusty wouldn't say that though. I don't know. I hate that question. Fun, I think, at least.
That's what matters.
About multiple different things.
Yeah.
I make friends really easily. I've been told that multiple times. That's just not me saying it. Yeah. A recent memory I'm fond of. Probably about 2-3 weeks ago. It was me, Sarah, Kelsey, Haley, and Cassidy, and we have a weekly day to watch The Bachelor, and we were just sitting around, and it was like just commercial. Everyone was just kind of chilling, looking at their phones, and I'm just like looking around. I'm like, I'm so glad that I have such a close net, like friends. Like I can literally talk to any one of those girls and be like, they could tell me anything, like any kind of advice. I could tell them anything. You could tell them that I have like 10 days to live, and they would make it the biggest deal in the world. So I guess just in general, I've had multiple times where it was like that, where I kind of just look around and I go, I have such a good group of friends. Like, I wouldn't trade in any one of them. They're all different, and like, I don't know. I love them all. I have so many memories with so many of those people. Like, even not just those girls, but like this like huge group that I have as friends. It's nice to know that I'm surrounded by people who care, I guess. My goals, right at this moment, actually, I'm waiting to hear if I got a position, and a supervisor position. So that's definitely a goal of mine right now. Definitely move out with my parents. I love them to death, and they love having me there, but I don't have my own space. It's different when you go and live with someone and then you don't live. When you live alone and then live back with your parents. Completely different. Ones definitely go back to school. It's actually a New Year's resolution of mine. Go back to school by at least September. My 5-year plan, I guess, would be to move to at least Seattle, maybe Portland. Maybe find someone I guess. I mean, that's everybody's kind of goal in life. Even though they don't say it, it's totally their goal. Everyone wants to be loved. Yeah, I think that's really my goals right now.
What are some of your favorite things to do?
Oh, yeah. Some of my favorite things to do. I love to read. I think that goes with my learning thing. I definitely love to read any kind of books, really. Right now, I'm obsessed with working out. Even though just going to the gym. I don't know why. I've never been that way, and it's nice, though. But definitely hang out with my friends. I love hanging out with my friends. No matter what we do, we always have fun. We could literally be sitting doing nothing and watching TV, and it would be fun. Sorry, I just thought of Miss Congeniality. Describe your perfect date. Probably April 22nd. I'm just kidding. Oh gosh. Okay, my perfect day. Well, weather-wise, at least, my perfect day is it's sunny but freezing. I love cold weather. I love the summer, but I don't know. I like being bundled up. I think that would be pretty weather-wise. And then kind of depends on what kind of mood I'm in. Like if I'm in a social mood, then probably walking around, maybe Seattle, the perfect day. If I'm in kind of like I want to be independent and alone day, definitely be reading with coffee, or even just sitting in Barnes and Noble. Yeah, I think that'd be pretty much my perfect day. Nothing really spectacular, just relaxing.
Describe your version of a beautiful place.
Describe a beautiful place. My version of a beautiful place. I'm going to describe a place that I think is beautiful, at least. So I went to Hawaii like 5 years ago now. And we went to this waterfall, and it was like a locals really only, and my ex-boyfriend at the time, his grandpa used to go there all the time, and it was gorgeous. Like there was no one there when we went. It was like a huge waterfall. You could jump off the waterfall. Totally jumped off the waterfall. That was the best part. But it was just clear water, and like seriously, it was just surrounded by trees, and the only sun was from like down on you, like just from that circle. There was none coming through the trees. It was gorgeous. I loved that day. That day was a lot of fun.
What do you think is the best thing about life?
The best thing about life, probably living it. And actually living it, not just living day by day. If you're able to experience new things every day and learn something new, I think that's definitely the best thing about life. Meeting new people, I don't know, exploring your horizons, pushing yourself to do new things and experience new things. I think that's the best part about life.
So just the fact that there's always something new?
Yeah, there's always something new. You can always learn something new.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what I personally love about life. The kindest things someone's ever done for me. I can describe two. When I was working at TJ Maxx, I used to pretty much eat lunch every day at the dollar store. I just get something there. 'Cause, you know, broke all the time. But I went to the dollar store, was standing in line for like 20 minutes, finally get up there, and I didn't have my wallet in my purse, and my lunch was over in like 15 minutes. So I was like, it's okay, like, I don't need it. I was like, sorry, I like wasted your time, to like the cashier, and she's like, oh, it's okay, like, I'm sorry, like, have a good day. And I'm like going to walk out, and the guy behind me was like, I'll pay for you. And I was like, thanks. He was like older gentleman. He had been like 50 something. He was so nice. And then I was like, I'm so sorry, like, you don't have to do that, it's okay. And he's like, no, I want to. Like, he's like, the only thing is, like, you gotta pay someone else next time. And I was like, done. So it was like, I was like, ugh. I just felt like, thank you. I felt so broke. I was like, oh geez, I have money, I swear. But that day, and then probably when I was living with Haley and Kelsey, and Haley pretty much paid my rent for like 8 months, pretty much. Slowly paying her back, but I mean, I got like a best friend out of that. Like if she didn't do that, I would have had to move out, and it probably wouldn't have been as close to her as I am now. So it's probably another big one.
What is the kindest thing someone has ever said to you?
Said to me. Okay. The kindest thing someone's ever said to me. Probably that I'm the easiest person to talk to. Like, I'm not gonna name the person, but they said that they always come to me and they can literally talk to me about anything and be straightforward. Even if I guess it's just we have that relationship where we're like straightforward with each other, but I can't be like that with like some people. So, probably that.
What are some of your biggest goals that you want to accomplish?
Some of my
like,
biggest goals for my future that I want to accomplish. Move out of this area. That's like number one for everything. I love this area. It will always be home. I can't say that enough, but I just don't. I'm not. It's not where I'm supposed to be. I just feel that. Like I have that feeling. I can always come back though. That's one big goal. I definitely. Maybe it's just me wishing and dreaming, but I definitely feel like I'm supposed to be like inspire people in some way. Like even if it's just something little. I just feel like, I don't know, I have that weird feeling of like I'm supposed to be doing more. So it's probably a big thing.
What is something or someone in your life that you have right now that you feel like will always be in your future? Or will be far into your future?
Someone that will always be in my future. Brenna. I mean, we've already made it like 20 something years or 20 years, so I mean, that's a given. But she's always gonna be there. Like even now, she lives in Illinois and I'm here, and I could literally call her today and be like, talk to her like I saw her yesterday. There's never a dull moment between us. I love that girl to death. She's not a friend, she's family. Like straight up.
When you're older, what kind of person do you think you're gonna be?
When I'm older, what person am I gonna be? I don't know, you ask me. Hopefully with a family eventually, caring. I want to live comfortably. I don't want to be living paycheck to paycheck anymore. I don't know, come back in a few years and ask.